Welcome back to NewsMakers. On the panel, Roger Sutton, Garth Gallaway and David Round. Well, McDonald's and Weight Watchers have had a bit of a come together. It's quite the meal deal, don't you think? The Golden Arches will now be offering a range of meal options stamped with the Weight Watchers logo. Obesity campaigners are spitting chips. Or is that fries? David, yes?
I feel sorry for McDonald's once. What can they do right? Here they are trying to help. Look, I read once, years ago, a book called Fast Food Nation about how everything to do with fast food was totally wrong and destructive and it was bad. But even the author of that book said, I've got to admit it, no one holds a gun to your head and forces you to go into McDonald's. And if people want to do it and if they're warned, look, let them do what they like, just as long as they don't expect me to pay for their stomach stapling operations.
Roger, what do you think of this partnership?
Well, they're two businesses coming together to try and launch a product, and the media have sort of picked it up hook, line and sinker and given them all this free publicity. I think it's a bit of a ridiculous... I remember when I lived in Hamilton, Patricia Bartlett came to town and told us what a disgusting town we were, having a sex shop in our main street, which no one knew about. The place sold out of their entire stock in 3 days and had to close for a month for restocking. And to some extent, I think that's what the media have done here with this. I don't think Weight Watchers and McDonald's deserve any publicity for this. What did he do?
Garth, can I get your comment to a couple of comments that have been made by Weight Watchers and Jenny Craig? First of all, a quote here from the marketing manager for Weight Watchers, who unfortunately has the name of Joseph Sad. Joseph says, our partnership with McDonald's is about supporting real people to make sensible food decisions in real-life situations. Where do these people come from? I mean, that is pretty out there, PR speak, isn't it?
Oh, it is. I agree that there shouldn't be much publicity to it, and it's a media whip-up. But I do think that Weight Watchers have sold out completely.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I mean, you should be. I mean, McDonald's is, in my view, rubbish.
Right.
I was going to say something a little bit stronger than that. They are cynical in the way that they get into kids' sport and things. I don't believe they do anything for the community that is particularly beneficial unless they want to run their business in the way that they do and to sell their burgers and so on. And they're just trying to get more people through their doors, in my view. And the reality is that people who are trying to lose weight are weak in terms of... I mean, the reason that people get hefty is that... One of the reasons is that they're weak in terms of food choices. So they're going to go into McDonald's and be exposed to...
I would have thought it'd be more genuine if they actually told you really explicitly how many calories and kilojoules each meal was. Really, not complying with the regulation, really told you that a Big Mac has 2,000 kilojoules or whatever, and that's actually equivalent of... You know, you're going to have to run for an hour and 20 minutes to work that exercise. That would be a much more genuine acknowledgement of what quality.
I'm not critical of McDonald's in this. I mean, for them, it's all part of them in a way. It's a thing that, as Roger says, they're two businesses. But I am critical of Weight Watchers. I can't understand it from their point of view.
By the way, Jenny Craig, actually, I like how these dieting companies, they scrap like the women's magazines. Jenny Craig has butted into the debate. Jenny Craig says...
Butted?
Yes, I do apologise. That was not an intentional pun. Jenny Craig has slammed Weight Watchers for ushering their clients smack into the middle of Fat City. Jenny Craig says the smell of the fries will be too hard to resist. Oh, it's all about discipline, isn't it? All about discipline. What, Roger?
No, I was going to say it's a bit like, you know, liquor stores advertising they're going to sell water, inviting the alcoholics in to come and buy their bottled water from the liquor store. Yeah.
OK. Now the wide world of sport. The couch potato is spoilt for choice. You're sitting there with your Weight Watchers fillet of fish, and you've got the rugby, you've got the cricket, you've got the football. It's the battle for the balls. What's grabbing your attention, Mr. Gallaway?
Well, not rugby. Cricket and soccer at the moment, and with the New Zealand side having played in Mexico and competed well, as David Round will know, with his love and passion of sport. Yes. The Phoenix have got their semi-final coming up this weekend, which is sold-out ground, and the New Zealand cricket side are competing against Australia. It's been wonderful.
Are you surprised how gutsy the Black Caps have been so far?
I'm very surprised by it, and I think that when you look at the likes of Styrus and the way that he stood up, having been given an opportunity, and the incident with Mitchell Johnson where they were huffing and puffing at each other and Johnson banged his helmet, it's good stuff, good competitive, blood running, excellent, high emotions.
What's grabbing your attention, Mr. Sutton?
I thought the cricket was good, and I mean, I'm not a particular fan of cricket, But I think we really like beating what is clearly the best cricket team in the world. You know, in Australia, it's an incredibly important sport for them. Yeah, not being the captain of the Australian cricket team is known as the hardest job in Australia. Yeah. And we beat them, and I think that's really fabulous.
Yes. Yeah. David, your viewing choices, what have you been ensconced on?
I've been reading some great books at present, and I'm happy to say all the sport has completely passed me by. I don't know anything about it, and what's more, I don't care.
Really?
Yes.
I want you to confirm or deny a rumour I hear that next year with the Rugby World Cup, and we'll have this, you know, smorgasbord of viewing and commentary choices. Is it true that you have already subscribed for the Te Reo commentary? Is this true?
No, I think I'll be heading towards the hills and spending the entire period in the mountains.
I was going to say, with it being on, I mean, the rugby's going to be on all these channels. I bet you the commentary isn't any more useful or incisive.
Well, yeah.
For people like me who don't know anything about rugby, is anybody going to explain as the game goes along about what the new rule actually means? People like me, I'm actually quite interested to understand some of that, you know, actually understand what's happening in the game. And I bet you we don't get any more information for guys like David and I, who probably are going to watch a few games and would like to understand more about what's actually happening.
Well, if there's someone drinking.
I've got about 30 seconds on the clock for plugs and pokes from the week. Who stands out for you? Very quickly, Garth.
Big back to Weight Watchers for me. I think they've sold their soul.
OK, Mr. Round?
Yes, congratulations to David Garrett for raising the issue of sterilisation, and a brick back to the Asian community for suggesting that if you assault an Asian, you should actually be more heavily penalised than if you assault any of us here. Right. That's racism in reverse.
Thank you, David. Mr. Sutton?
Teresa Gatting, for talking about criticising telecom. She was the one that really first oversaw what I'd call the dumbing down of telecom, getting rid of their people with any intellectual ability, getting rid of all the people who understood the technology. Nice. Extraordinary she should come out the way she has.
Very good. To the pick of the week. The lower end of Darwin's gene pool was out in force on our beaches last week, but I don't know what one can say about this gene pool. Look at this. This is from Russia. The Wired. The Wired for entertainment in the pool. Please do not try this at home. Last week's question with the NewsMakers poll, should the government sack ECAN's councillors and replace them with appointed commissioners? Very interesting result, 38% yes, but 62% no. The prize winner, D. Coombs. This week's question, do you support the planned change to our giveaway rules? Yes or no? Email newsmakers@ctv.co.nz. You can vote on the web, mikeyardley.com, or you can use the post, PO Box 1100 Christchurch. Do so and you'll be in to win the absolute best beer drinking songs in the world CD and a Pack and Save gift card. Good luck. Thank you very much to our outstanding panel, Garth Gallaway, David Round and Roger Sutton. Have a great weekend, guys.
Thank you. Thanks, mate.
Thank you for your company. Take care. Good night.